Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Joe Bach from Box Garage, and today I'm unboxing one of the last packages from Ballistic Fabrication. These guys were in business for, I guess, 19 years, and I really enjoyed their products recently. Up front on this truck, I have a Dana 60 that I've shaved, and I really saw a difference off-roading that this year. So I started eyeing a shave kit for the rear axle. I've been back and forth on buying it, when I'm going to get around to it. But then these guys announced that they're closing down, so they offered a 25% off coupon on it. And they sold out almost immediately. I think it was within 20 minutes. I was like there trying to figure out what I wanted to order, if I wanted the truss, if I didn't want the truss, and they sold out. So I was like, oh, really missed the boat there. So I checked back in the following morning. They must have added a little bit more stock, and I was able to put together an order. So I'm pretty hyped about that. The one thing was, though, they didn't just have the shave kit. So I was like, you know what? This is my opportunity to do it. I got the truss too. So without further ado, I think I'm going to start opening this up and showing you what I got. Like I said, this is all going on my Power Stroke Bronco. And I've got some pretty big trips planned in April. So I think I might bite the bullet and pull apart this truck in March and see if I get this installed. But let's get to it. So I went inside to edit this, and it turns out my GoPro froze up for a bit, and it was just recording audio, and the picture froze. So I'm just going to give you a once-over of what was in the initial box. This is the truss. It is a full-width truss, and it's pretty heavy on top, which is to be expected, but these side plates are also pretty beefy. A lot more than the truss that I have on my Dana 60, so I think that's pretty cool. It also comes here with some little bridging pieces. They go in here, there, and I think one in the middle. But then the last piece here is this. This goes to go and bolt the diff cover onto, to go and tie the diff to the truss. And I think that would help a lot with keeping that differential from spinning in spinning axle tubes. So I think that's pretty sweet. The only concern I had with the full width truss was about my brackets for my anti-wrap bars. I have two Rough Stuff anti-wrap brackets on, or bars on, and they're probably going to interfere with the truss. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of extra work to make sure they all can be integrated together. Here are the bars that I mentioned. And in the back here, you could go and see those brackets that I'm going to have to go tie in. So I've got two of those, but I don't think it'll be half bad to go and carve in a little spot for them and then weld it all together solid. But that is also why originally I was debating a mini truss, but I think we'll get it worked out. So it took me a little convincing, but I think this will work no problem. I should be able to make it all fit, and I think it's a lot beefier than using one of those mini trusses, so I'm pretty happy right now. That being said, let's get all the parts out of this box so this box can be burnt and move on to the next box. I think that's it. Now on to the smaller box. Just want to make sure you guys had that in frame there. But yeah, I got a whole list of things I want to get done on the Bronco before this trip. I'm about a month and a half out. So time's ticking, and I really got to commit now or kind of just, forget about the idea. So stay tuned. Be sure to subscribe if you want to go see the installation of this, along with a couple other goodies. Wow, now we're getting to the good stuff. Can't miss this. You got your skull keychain, and also a sticker. It's always nice to see some goodies. Oh man, and look at this thing. We got our diff cover. This is what I was mentioning earlier up here. This is the flange where this bolts up to go tie the truss to that center pumpkin. I think that also helps with any kind of rotation wanting to twist axle shafts. With that all being tied together, it's just one more thing acting against that. But man, this thing is beefy. And I forget what this base is. Some kind of obscure steel, or I believe it might even be like AR 500 plate. But that's made so you don't go and destroy all these bolts on the bottom here when you're hitting rocks. Because I will be hitting rocks. Let's open this up and take a peek. There's that guard. Oh, I don't know. Oh, this might be a drain plug. That's kind of cool. No, I don't. It must be. Not really sure. Let me see if they got a plug for that as well. You got a, yeah, 2 threaded bungs. One here, your fill, and one here, your drain. So that's pretty cool. All your hardware. You got these 2 big bolts for up top for going, you know, where I was showing you earlier. And man, this thing is beefy. Oh, it's cool. The skull's contoured to where your ring goes. Wow, very happy with that. The one thing with this shave kit, though, is that they carve a lot off the bottom. I think it's like 1.5 inches, which is the equivalent of going up like 3 inches in tire size. But when you do that, you actually have interference with your ring gear. So you have to shave your ring gear as well. I've seen some people put it in the axle and it's hitting it with like a flap wheel. And it seems to work. I don't think that's the approach I'm going to take. I think what I'm going to do is I have a rotary table for my bridge, or my dad has a rotary table for his Bridgeport. And I think we're going to go center it up nice and there, use an end mill, and then rotate the ring and slowly bring the end mill in so we go and decrease that overall diameter. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on that. And worst case, I will be hitting it with a flap wheel as well. All right, so going inside the dip cover, we must have the plate for the bottom. I'm not gonna lie, this was filmed a little bit as an afterthought because I wasn't paying attention. And then I went to move it, and I'm like, oh, there we go. But this is the plate that actually replaces the bottom of your differential. This is where your ring gear will sit. And this is where these bolts on the bottom bolt up, or these holes on the bottom bolt up. So that's nicely machined, and a nice little bevel on that. So cool. Very excited to go add that on. Overall, super happy with this. I was sad to hear about Ballistic Fabrication. I wish them the best of luck, but I'm hoping that actually, I just saw that someone picked them up, so their catalog should be getting added to a different company, or they should be starting back up. And yeah, super cool parts that they made over the years, I believe. So, happy to see them living on. But I think that's it for the video, guys. If you enjoy and you want to go see this stuff get installed in the truck, as long as some other big projects over the next month or so, be sure to subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good one.